Frankly, every LGBTQ young person can thrive.
Check. All right. Let me know. Okay. Check. All right. Audio's good now. All right. Let me know. Okay. All right. Cool. Check. All right. Audio's good now. My bad, guys. Okay. All right. So, all right. All money is not good money, people. Watching from Philly. What's going on, Aaron L? What part of Philly you watching from? Rob Fresno, what's going on? I'm chopping up some DTFs right here. And I got a batch of DTFs going on a DTF printer. I'm going to talk to you guys today about something. All right, because this job that I'm doing right here might be a bust, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm chopping up all these to make shirts. Angel B Designs, how are you, young lady? How are you doing? Shout out to Angel B Designs. Everybody go over there, like, comment, subscribe to her channel. How you doing with the rhinestones, Angel B? Shout out to all my DTFers out there. They got the guillotine. Roxborough, okay. Aaron, do I know you in real life? I'm wondering what Aaron this is, because I know a couple Aarons. I'm wondering if I know you in real life. So, guys, all money is not good money. And I know you guys know exactly what I'm talking about, especially in business and when you are trying to grow your business and you're trying to maintain your sanity while you're growing your business. All money is not good money. What do I mean by that? In the comments. What do I mean by all money is not good money? I went to Bach. Okay, you went to Bach. Did you run track? Did you run track? What class? What class are you? What class? What graduating class are you from Bach? Is Bach still in existence, by the way? No shots. Just wondering, because I know a lot of schools. Oh, 81. Okay. Yeah, just a little bit before me, a little bit before my I graduated in class 98, so a little bit before my time. Okay, so yeah, guys, all money is not good money. What do I mean by that? In the comments, what do I mean by that? And can anybody relate to what I'm talking about in business? All money is not good money. All right, I'm gonna give you a little short story about something that I went through last year. Palmdale, California. Shout out to you. All right, so last year, I dealt with a client, and the client wanted a whole bunch of things done. And because the client was a good paying client, and I knew that the money that the client was going to pay me was good, it was definitely going to come through. Sometimes you just go ahead and go with the flow because you know that there's a big check at the end of the rainbow, if you will. But sometimes when you compromise your what you say you do, your business practices, compromise your business practices, it is not worth it sometimes. So you gotta set your boundaries and you gotta stick to it. Because in most cases, when you step outside of what it is that you specialize in, it's that one client that is going to give you a bunch of trouble, for lack of better words, or give you a bunch of put you through a bunch, right? You're gonna end up doing a lot more for that specific job than you planned on doing. And that's what happened to me last year. So you get a client and they talking big. They want this, they want that, they want all these shirts done. You know, they got a long list of, I'm trying to say this without actually giving it away who it is. I don't want to talk about anybody on here. You have a long list of pieces of garments that you have to do things to, right? All right. And so right off the bat, you know it's gonna be, this money is gonna be a high paying job. So you're excited about it. And it's the type of client, whereas though, let's say it's not a client, let's say it's an establishment. So for the most part, establishments, certain type of establishments, their money is good. So you pretty much don't have to worry about, you know, am I going to get my money or not? Because these type of establishments, their money is always good. But the specific person that you're dealing with has you doing a whole lot of things that you normally wouldn't do for a client. Let's say DTF, for example. If you're producing DTF for somebody, what are you going to do? You're going to get the design. You're going to print the design. And that's pretty much it. You're gonna color correct the design so that it prints out of your DTF printer good, right? And that's about it. If you have to do artwork, who agrees with me? If you have to do artwork, that's an additional fee. Say, for example, you send me a DTF and your DTF does not have a transparent background, but I want to do that job anyway. I mean, I think that's up to the person's discretion on whether or not you go ahead and take the background out as a courtesy, or you tell the client to do it. I think it's at the person's discretion, because I have taken people's backgrounds out on my own without telling them that their file was not how it's supposed to be. I've done that on several occasions, and I still do it as a courtesy sometimes. But for the most part, I try to do the work that it is I'm supposed to do, and I appreciate when the file is set up the way it's supposed to set up. So who thinks repeat DTF order coming your way? I appreciate it, Team Beyond Everything. I appreciate it. So yeah, who in the comments, and that would be a good example right there. Maybe you would take the artwork out for somebody that's a repeat customer, right? That you built a relationship with. Maybe they messed up that specific time, right? But say, for example, it's not a repeat customer and it's a brand new customer. Who in here thinks that that's an extra charge? And what would you do? I'm asking you guys, what would you do in that situation? Would it be an extra charge, or would you just do it for every single person that sends you their image? What do you guys think in the comments? I want to know what you guys think. It's not just me, because I gotta get you guys' opinion too, because you guys' opinion also helps me determine if I'm doing things the correct way. I say my answer to that is it depends on the client, and it depends on a bunch of things. It could be a senior. So I know for some seniors or some, I went above and beyond and redid artwork just for me, because when you put that type of work on a specific type of individual, they're not gonna be able to do it, and you're gonna lose business like that. But let me see. Okay, so Oak Custom Apparel says that's extra. Aaron L says that's extra. Chris King says extra work, extra cost. Team Beyond Everything says extra charge. And Diane Cunningham says extra your time and your talent. I agree with you. It's definitely should be extra. But in Out of everybody said this extra, who in here thinks that even though it's extra, who in there thinks that sometimes, depending on the client, depending on the circumstance, that specific fee could be waived? And why do you think? Give me some examples of why you would just do it for somebody anyway. How much time did you take to sell your first printed t-shirt? How much time did it take me? It didn't take me any time at all. My first printed t-shirt that I sold sold itself. It wasn't it. My first printed t-shirt that I sold, I didn't have to sell it because it was already sold prior to me making it. So I don't know if you guys paid attention to the video that I did before this, that I posted prior to this, when I was speaking at the A Print Supply open house. And I said, if you're having difficulties finding clients, you should try to become a walking billboard and wear your own merch. Because when you wear your own merch, that's a great way to find new clients, because you wear your own merch, and you could wear something like saying, I make t-shirts, ask me how, or something like that. And if you did stuff like that, then you wouldn't have problems selling t-shirts, because you're always wearing your stuff. If it's that attractive, somebody's going to ask you where you got it from, who made it for you. And yeah, so the first printed shirt that I sold was already sold before I made it. So no, I didn't. That was my first experience. Let's see what the comments are saying. I waive fees for loyal customers who order regular. That makes sense. Extra, but I have done it for people I know and I shouldn't have. TJ says, I have done it for people I know, but I shouldn't have. I understand that too. Me, if they're a great returning customer. Waived if it's a repeat client that may have forgotten. Yep, definitely. If I have. So see, I would work with her. See, now, what's going on, Crystal? How you doing? Now, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Even though you have rules, sometimes there are exceptions to rules. But sometimes it's almost like you have to use your own discretion. Sometimes when you make an exception for a specific client, you might be shooting yourself in the foot. Like last year, when I went above and beyond, I did so much for somebody, for a client. It wasn't somebody, it was for an organization. I did so much for this organization. And the kicker was, when it was time to pay, that was the kicker. When it was time to pay, after I made artwork, revised artwork, revised artwork and revised artwork and revised artwork again, put up with a little bit of verbal abuse, I would think. I would definitely call it verbal abuse. Like, you know how somebody thinks it's your job to do that specific thing that you did for them as a courtesy. Now it becomes your obligation, and they expect you to do a fantastic job doing that thing that you don't really specialize in, that you did for them on the lookout. Right now, it's your job, and now you have to do the best job, just like somebody that does that as for a living, and you get attitude if it's not to their standard. And like, it's not even attitude. It's like, really was verbal abuse. But anyway, so then after everything is produced, okay, what's my tab? And you tell them what their tab is. You tallied up everything. Yeah, I put in our artwork and everything, but I think the price was reasonable based off of the organization that I was doing it for. But time to pay up, and that's not in their budget. Biggest nightmare ever. That is not in their budget. Can you do this? Can you do this? Well, I was thinking more of this price. Oh my gosh. Lord. So when I calculated it, and I made all the deductions and stuff like that for all the stuff that I did and all the additional stuff that I did, that job pretty much ended up, it was a huge job too. And it pretty much ended up being a free job when I calculated everything, my time and everything, and all the, the time that it took for me to edit and do revisions. And I did this hats, I did t-shirts, and ordered that blanks, ordered these blanks, and redid it. By the time I did all that, I calculate that it was probably most likely a free job. I did it for them for free. Of course, pay is due up front before I start. Yes, that is true, and that's the way I operate. But when you're working with some certain types of organizations, professional organizations, government organizations, for example, you don't get paid up front. Like, say, for example, if you're doing government contracting, you don't get paid up front for government contracting. You don't get paid up front for government contractors. So if you want the big jobs, like with huge organizations, you can't get paid up front. If it's a church or something like that, you know what I mean? It's a little small church, or, family reunion, individuals that's running it, you can get your money up front. But organizations don't work like that. They do their books once a month, and sometimes their money isn't in their bank account. Sometimes their money is coming from, whoever subsidized that perfect, or that specific entity, or it might be coming from the government, and the government, some net 60, net 30, net 60, net 90, schools, net 30, net 60, net 90, which means you put your money up, you do the job, and you don't get paid for 30 to 90 days sometimes. So that's why I don't like working with those organizations. But on the flip side, there's so much money to be made when you work like that. There's a lot more of money on that other side. But like I said, you have to put your money out there, and your money is gone until you get paid. What are your thoughts on that? Do any of you guys work for organizations that operate like that? I want to know. Wow, pay up front. But it was Custom Apparel said I wouldn't do it then, but it was done already. Is what I'm saying. The work was done already. It was done already. I didn't deliver it yet, but all the physical labor was done already. So, and I thought that they were good for it, because they should have been good for it. It was that much of that type of organization where they were good for it, but apparently they weren't. But this year, I'm doing things a little bit differently. Can you make a legal contractual agreement? I would say yes. And I would advise you guys to do that. And when you're working with governments and stuff like that, you do have an agreement prior to. But certain organizations, if you're dealing with somebody from that organization, it's weird. It could work both ways. So in that case, clearly, as they were adding things on and taking things away and adding more shirts to the order, everything wasn't written in stone, and I didn't have a solid invoice to give them so they can know what the price is. And as they were asking me to do this and change this, well, the other vendor did this, which I know was most likely a fib, or which I know might be the reason why you need a new vendor, because of the person that they put in charge to communicate with me. But yeah, sometimes all money is not good money, guys. All money is not good money. And when it comes to individuals and smaller organizations, I would highly advise you guys to definitely do like the comment said, get your money up front, because you will end up getting, it's easier to get screwed over, for lack of better words, when it's a small organization. When it's a large organization and they have government funding and stuff like that, you're pretty much always going to get your money. It might take a little bit of time, but you're pretty much always going to get your money. It's because it's going to come from somewhere like the government, or whoever subsidized that organization. Ruben is calling me. I got to call him back because I'm on live, so I'll call him back. Let me see what you guys are saying. Jerome, exactly. I have many shops. Money is due at order time. Yes. How do I keep making new designs? You just make new designs. How do I come up with new ideas for the design, as I am planning to sell printed t-shirts, and how do I stand differently from other competitors? Now, Um, Vadent. Those are all questions that you actually have to ask yourself. How do you come up? How do you keep making new designs? That's what, there's no answer for that question as an individual, right? So how I make new designs and how I come up with new designs might be different from how you come up with new designs, because we're two different people with two different experiences. We live two different lives. We were raised differently. We're in different locations of the world. So like what influences me might not influence you. What I watch on TV might not be what you watch on TV. So it's like you come up with new designs based on what your values are, what your niche is. Maybe you're making a t-shirts specific to a specific niche. Maybe you're a Christian based line. Maybe you're a hip hop based line. Maybe you just want to make t-shirts in general. Maybe you do seasonal. Maybe you do like wintertime shirts. Maybe you do Christmas time shirts. Maybe you do Halloween shirts. Maybe you do holidays, right? Maybe you do birthdays. You think of all those different things and figure out how you keep on making new designs. And your second part was, as you're planning something, how do you stand out differently from other competitors? Now, see, that question that you're asking, it kind of contradicts itself. You're asking me how you come up with new designs, which means you'd be using my idea for you coming up with new designs. But then you're saying, how do you stand out differently from competitors? If you want to stand out differently from competitors, you can't ask other people for their advice on coming up with new designs, because you're just going to be doing what they're telling you to do. So that's not going to be different. That's why I said initially, it's up to the individual. It's up to you to answer that question, because if you want to stand out from other people, you have to stand out from other people. You can't ask other people for advice and then expect to stand out, because you're asking other people for advice for your designs. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Does it make sense, guys, what I'm saying? Okay. My grandfather used to teach us all money ain't good money. Got that right. How do I keep money? I can't eat later. I need to eat now. Yeah, exactly. Because guess what? They're getting their service done now, and and I have to wait to be compensated for something that I already did, for the time that I already put out. It's kind of a weird industry, and a lot of different industries like that. What do you think of the Prestige R2? I think the Prestige R2 is amazing. I think it's dope. I think that if you're gonna go for it, you should definitely go for it. I would say that depending on what type of company you want to be, the R2 or the L2. Yeah. So solid printers. L2 is actually obviously a little bit bigger, but the R2, I think you're good with the R2. Yeah. Angel B, I love your videos. Yep. Shout out to Angel B. Should be a paid service to help them. 100%. Figure it out yourself. Thanks, man. I got it clear now. I damn much appreciate it. No problem. No problem. Most of the time, ask for full payment. Yeah. If it's a very big company, you can accept partial payment or payment after it's done. You just have to official validation of the quote. Design it. Yeah, but sometimes when you make a quote, I had a little gnat flying around. Sometimes when you make a quote, right? Sometimes when you quote something while you're doing the job, they might add something else onto it. Do you stop the job and make a new quote? Yes, probably. Or do you just say, okay, this will be this in addition, and you keep on working? And it's a lot of different ways to do things out here. All right. I always send out invoices, 100%. Prices due, orders under $500, 75%. Orders $550, $1,000, 50%. Orders $1,000 and up, I charge artwork fees separately. Yeah, sometimes on the high paying orders, I waive the art fee, or I waive certain fees. Or like if it's a real big order, I might eat the shipping, pay for shipping myself if I have to ship stuff. So it's different way, different things you could do. You have helped me so much in learning. Beginning workout. Y'all saw that, right? Why is this beginning workout? I'm not even working out. Loveland, where we at? The last 7? Nice, nice. All right. Should I no, I'm not. I'll wait till I could put it available for pickup now though, right? Because I think she's coming from Oak Lane. Oh yeah, because it's gonna take at least 30 or 40 minutes. Right. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. Oh god. Crazy. Up to new designs. To come up with new design, first determine what you and why you're selling. Use that. Yep. Any digitizing videos coming soon. I have some files I created in Chrome Lux and would like you to look at it if possible. I don't plan on doing any digitizing videos soon. I plan on rolling out a whole different sort of series that you guys have never seen soon. And within that series, I'm not going to necessarily be digitizing. I'm not going to necessarily be showing you guys intricately as I used to how I'm making these garments, but I'm going to like I don't want to give it away before I do it, but I'm pretty much gonna yeah. I don't want to give away before I do it because I want it to be exciting. I want it to be new. I want you guys to enjoy it. And I want people to talk about it. So yeah, I've come up with something new and something more exciting for the videos that I'm going to be doing very, very soon. It's going to be part in the studio and part out and about. So yeah, look forward to that because everything is getting kind of boring these days. And if you guys notice, like, I don't know how many of you guys watch a bunch of YouTubers, but a lot of YouTubers are actually, I don't want to say quitting YouTube, but slowing down on YouTube because everybody is talking about how their channel is performing or the lack of performance in their channel. But what people are not telling you guys is that YouTube is not paying out like it used to. So a lot of your favorite influencers might be doing things a little bit differently or going on different platforms. I'm still putting out videos like crazy because I told you guys before, I genuinely enjoy making videos. Like, I wanted to go live because I missed going live. You know, but the platform itself is not paying out like it used to. And I know I'm not the only person experiencing this because I've watched a few of my my influencers, a few other people that I watch on YouTube that are in their specific niche, not in the garment decorating niche, that are talking about them not getting the certain numbers that they used to get and stuff like that. Stuff is changing, but they're saying everything but what's really happening. And what's really happening is YouTube's not paying out like it used to. I'm gonna tell people like it is. This is what it is. And when I hear people articulate that but not say that, I know what that is. And when I hear people saying different niches and different channels that I watch say it without saying it, I know exactly what they're saying because I'm experiencing it. You know what I mean? So that's why I thank God that I always told you guys, always prepare for when something like this might happen. And that is the reason why you see all these machines. That's the reason why you see all these machines in the background behind me, because I knew, or I had a feeling something like this might happen. Even as an influencer, when a company is done with you or is on to the next person, the next biggest person, the next up and coming influencer, then you don't want to leave yourself in a position where you put everything that you had into working with this one company and now they are done with you, right? And now your income, your livelihood is gone, right? I'm gonna, yeah, let me just text. on live right back. Not right back. Not right back, but right back. Whatever that means. So when I tell you guys to, when you have the finances, if this is something that you want to do, I'll show you guys this equipment, and it might seem like I'm being pushy, and you always trying to sell something, right? And yeah, I'm always trying to sell something because I'm always trying to make some money. But not only am I always trying to sell something, I'm also always trying to get you to spend your money on something that's going to make you money, whether or not it makes you money immediately. It's okay. You still have it off to the side so that when things get dry over here, you can now start wetting things up over here. And that's the way I operate. And I know everybody doesn't operate like that, but that's the way I operate, and things just work out like that for me. So why not encourage somebody else to do that? Because I know what all these pieces of equipment can do. I don't have time to operate the laser cutter, the post bed sewing machine, the straight stitch sewing machine, this multi-needle, that sublimation printer, that sublimation printer I didn't even put ink yet, and that white toner printer. Why would you have two white toner printers? One prints bigger than the other. This vinyl cutter, that vinyl cutter, another vinyl cutter, another sublimation machine, another. I don't have time to operate all of them. But guess what? Monday I might do this. Tuesday I might do that. Wednesday somebody might call me for that. Thursday somebody might want that. Everything gets used eventually. And it's better that I acquired what I acquired while I was able to acquire it than to wait to acquire it and I no longer have the means to acquire it anymore, which is what's happening. And now as people start to pivot, there's a struggle in between the point where you pivot and things pick back up for you. There's an in-between time. Every time you switch something up, there's an in-between time where you might have to suffer for a little bit. If you don't want to suffer, or if you want to smooth that transition, prepare. You got to prepare, try to help you guys stay prepared. Give me a second, guys. Let me read this for a second. All right, I'm back. All right, sorry about that. Focus. Loveland, can you come focus the camera for me, please? It lost focus. Oh my gosh, why did it do that? Focus. It's not even coming back. Okay. Oh, sorry about that. It came back. Came back. All right, so let me read some content. This is so needed. Which machine do you end up getting from a print co-event? I didn't get any of them from the A print supply event. I didn't get any of them. Like, I didn't buy any machine. I almost bought the L2, but the reason why I didn't buy the L2 is because I'm not positive that it's going to fit in my door. One. Two, I don't have any room at all for it, right? I don't have any room for an L2, right, Loveland? The L2 is the big DTF printer, A print supply. Ain't no room in here for anything else, pretty much. So yeah, and I could, but there's no reason to get a bigger space right now. I can't justify it. See, I gotta move in ways that make sense, and you guys would be like, yeah, you got no more space, so I've read that, and time to upgrade, you know what I mean? No, I got to do things when it makes sense, and I want to move in such a way, and I advise you guys to do the same, in such a way where things are comfortable, where I'm still able to maintain a comfortable lifestyle. I don't want to overextend. I don't want to overextend my finances to the point where I'm struggling. I have to put out this video. I have to do this. I have to get a new contract with this this next company. I gotta find a new affiliate deal. I gotta do that. I gotta sell this money. No, I got enough to pay my bills, right? To pay the business bills, pay myself a little something, and to eat whatever I want, relax, go on a trip, and I don't have to have the Lamborghini, right? I don't have to have the Lamborghini, but I got a nice truck outside with nice wheels, right? And I could, but why? You know, I was young before and I did all that. I had the, the convertibles and the motorcycle and all that. That's out of my system. That stuff does nothing for you. You know what I mean? It's just a waste of money. Right now, I'm into buying things to secure what I'm trying to build and to show you guys how you guys can do the same thing. You know what I mean? You need to do how to manage a business seminar. Not yet. I'm not ready for that yet, Diane. I'm still trying to figure out how to manage the business myself, right? So, yeah, priorities. Exactly. Curtis King Tees. I'm Chris King Tees. My bad. Excuse me. But yeah, I'm still trying to figure that out myself, and I'm learning right now. So that's why I kind of pivoted to doing this, because I got when I figure it out, the videos are gonna roll out. But as I'm going through it, I'm gonna talk about it with you guys so that you guys can like start to think about things in a different way, from hobby, entrepreneur to professional. You know, it's different mindsets and different transitions that you have to go through in your mind in order for things to like just click, right? And I'm waiting for this to click. It hasn't clicked yet. It's starting to click. It's starting to click. It's starting to get there, but it's not there. It's not there. This is it's a mess over here. To be honest with you guys, it's a mess. All right. Sounds like I have to rewatch this one. Jennifer, yeah, it's pretty, pretty slow at the beginning, but first step, you should be buying DTF printers to start selling printed t-shirts, or first we need to outsource printing t-shirts from somewhere else before buying the DTF printer directly, or something like that. Yeah, you could do it like that. There's no right or wrong way to do this, right? So you can buy DTFs from me. You can go to alanaway.com. I got some people who have a DTF printer. The young lady that bought DTFs, matter of fact, that's her order I'm working on right now. She has a Prestige A3, right? She has one, but she doesn't want to dedicate the time to print individual DTFs. Hers, I think, doesn't have a roller on it, so she's just buying DTFs from me. And I have it priced so low that she's still going to make a profit. See, I'm trying to pivot now to like kind of like be more service based, to not only continue doing what I do, but also provide a service for you guys, for the viewers, right? I'll give you for example. I don't want to move because I'm gonna mess up my focus again. But okay, so for example, I know a lot of people watch me embroider, and you guys might necessarily want to invest in a large multi-needle machine, or some of you guys might not have the means to. So I'm trying to work on a way where you guys can participate anyway by making some patches, these iron-on patches. I got a bunch of them that I made over here, some anime patches, some wing patches, some basketball patches, some football patches, and some of them are on my website right now, but I didn't make a formal video to roll them out yet because I want to have a nice supply of things that you guys can purchase. It comes with the adhesive on the back. Put it on the garment, put the heat tape down to hold it in place, flip it inside out, press it down on your heat press, 30 seconds, outside back in, it's adhered to the garment. And I've tested it out. This stuff is not coming off. Wash after wash after wash after wash after wash. This stuff is not coming off. So I'm trying to become more service-based to help you guys generate some revenue, because I have the means to do it. I have the means to help some people while I'm helping myself. So why not, right? I could just sit here and make a bunch of sweatshirts and put it up online and go outside and sell sweatshirts and stuff like that and sell t-shirts. I could do that. But the large reason why I'm making these videos to tell you guys stuff and to have you guys understand stuff that I'm going through is so that you guys can do it for yourselves, right? Because we're put here to help each other. And I say that in a lot of videos. We're here to help each other. So being as though we're here to help each other, if I have the means to continue to help, I'm going to try to do that. Now, how I grow from doing that, that's part of the business process, and how I navigate my business to become that. That's part of the learning business process. You know what I mean? So yeah. What's going on, Demps? Thank you so much for joining. Let me see. How many washes will it handle? I haven't had one come off yet, and I say the one I had has been through 10 washes so far, and it hasn't come off yet. I put on a sweatshirt and it hasn't come off yet. So like not even an edge, not even a, yeah. Of course I'm not gonna sit there and try to pry it off, and I don't wash my clothes. I don't flip it inside out and baby it. I just wash it, right? If it's on the floor, pick it up, throw it in a washer, throw it in with everything else, wash, done washing, dryer, dry, no special settings. That's how I believe regular people wash their clothes, right? Maybe women, maybe certain men too. Maybe you guys turn stuff inside out. Maybe you guys baby your clothes a little bit more. I mean, I got certain garments that I might have paid some money for. I might wash a certain way, but after like one or two washes, everything generally gets washed the same way. So yeah. Maybe I'll do some tests on video so you guys can see some of this stuff. But I definitely plan on making several videos showing you guys how to apply this stuff, so that you guys will have an easy transition from purchasing to using it. Because I think, like, a lot of the times when companies, and this is something I learned, a lot of times when companies come out with products, they should have troubleshooting videos and should have videos showing you how to use the product. And some of them have them. But with this DTF wave that's going on right here, a lot of companies missed the boat on the opportunity to put out more videos on troubleshooting and more. Do this if you have this light flashing, and do that if you have that light flashing. Everybody pretty much missed the boat on that. So I'm trying to have those in place so that you guys will have a easy transition into using that stuff. So yeah. Yeah. All right. So that's all I wanted to talk to you guys about basically today. Got the DTFs available for you guys to buy. Working on embroidery stuff. If you guys have any recommendations on designs, I also want to put out like big patches with general sayings like varsity, that you guys can put on varsity jacket. You know what I mean? Like a varsity patch or something like that you guys can put on varsity jackets. Security, you guys already seen that in previous videos. You guys saw the Velcro patch, but now that security patch is actually a iron-on patch. Different patches say security, so you guys see just useful stuff that you guys can actually use in the real world, right? So if you have any kind of ideas on something that would be useful for us to use, that somebody could actually make money from, like maybe pastor, or I don't know, staff, you know what I mean? Something that says staff. I don't know, any type of general thing. I know all the sports needs a logo, or needs to, like a tennis racket for tennis players, maybe, and an embroidery thing. I got the track foot for track runners. I got the football and the football one, you guys saw me embroidering that, is very detailed. Got the basketball one. I get some characters in there. You got to be real careful with the characters, but yeah, just some ideas that I'm. They're not ideas. It's actually in the making already. I even got some stuff ready for this season. With football, professional football. But You can't sell those. Clearly, they're going to be given away. Yeah, but guys, if you guys have any more questions for me, let me know right now because I'm about to end this live. As of now, companies making printed T-shirts. Yes. Look, if you want to get in on something, it's only going to increase, right? So you said as of now, many companies are making printed T-shirts. Will it be a good time to start this business? So listen to the question. You're saying, you out here? Yeah. Okay. All right. See you later. Thank you. How many? It's still going, right? It's still going. You only at like 25%. Okay. You stopped the dryer. Okay. Cool. Thanks. All right. So you worded the question as if to say like there's going to be a better time than now. So if a lot of companies are printing T-shirts now, and now is not a good time to start, when will be a good time to start? Because if a lot of companies are doing it, only more companies and only more people are going to start doing it. So if now is not a time to start for you because a lot of companies are doing it, next month or next year is definitely not going to be a good time because there's going to be more people doing it. So the best time to start is as soon as possible because the later you wait, the more people are going to be doing it. You know, if that's your reason, that's your hesitant. And I don't think it's as saturated as we think, guys. I really don't think this industry is as saturated as we think. I don't. All right, I'm gonna give you one reason why I don't think so. DTF printers for you and I at home just came out. They just came out. How is everybody doing it if this technology just came out? Not a lot of people have these. This technology, it's brand new. You guys following? Everybody's doing it. How? This just came out. DTG. It's been out for a while, but it's fairly, you know, a lot of people don't have DTG printers. A lot of people don't have DTF printers. A lot of people do. But when you guys see a lot of people doing it, it's because that's the content that you're looking for online. So it's going to seem like a lot of people doing it, but the reality is, on a large scale, with people out here in the world, a lot of people are not doing this, right? A lot of people would be, all right, on my block, out of everybody on this strip on my block, it's every 6 houses, somebody has a DTG printer or a DTF printer or a vinyl cutter. How many people in your neighborhood or on your block is garment decorating? How many people that you went to school with are garment decorating? How many people do you know in your immediate circle are garment decorating? Right? It just seems like it's a lot because that's the content that we are looking for. That's the content that we type in on our computers. So when you type something in, the algorithm is going to recommend what it thinks that you're interested in. So just because you're being fed that content doesn't mean that out of everybody in the world, a lot of people are doing it, because the reality is they're not. It's not a lot of people. You following? This industry is still new. DTF, brand spanking new. We still got questions. Companies still got questions. Companies are still trying to get this technology together and release it in a way where people are not complaining. They're still getting their game plan together. Companies are still releasing new DTF printers. This is still brand new. I don't care what anybody says. This is still brand new, and it's still being invented. People are still coming up with easier ways to screen print. People are still coming up with, okay, how do I sublimate on cotton? They still didn't figure that out yet. They're doing cotton sublimation hacks, and it's still new. Okay, how do I, people are still trying to figure out how to use their embroidery machines properly. It's still new. Social media is still new. These different platforms, we're still trying to figure out how to navigate it, how to monetize it. All this stuff is new, guys. So don't everybody's doing it your way out of, talk yourself out of trying something, because 5 years from now, yeah, everybody will be doing it, or at least more people that are doing it now. I'll tell you right now, when I started doing this, it didn't seem like it was a lot of people doing it. Now it seems like it's a lot of people doing it because my algorithm is filled up with that type of stuff. But I also understand on a large scale, a lot of people aren't doing it, because if they were, then it'll be that much more difficult to find business. And it might seem like it's difficult to find business for you guys, or for some people. But I think that's because you're just not uh, exploring your options enough. You're not. I don't want to say you're not being creative, but you're not trying hard enough. You're not trying hard enough, right? Because it's all like, if you go outside and everybody's wearing a t-shirt, why can't you sell a t-shirt? You know how many people are in the world? There's a lot of people out here in the world. Everybody in this world owns multiple t-shirts. Everybody in the world owns multiple t-shirts. Men, women, who do you know don't got a t-shirt? I'm waiting in the comments. Baby Booty said exactly. Who do you know don't have at least 5 t-shirts? The homeless people got t-shirts, more than one. So it's like, you just got to be creative and figure out, okay, what do they want? What type of t-shirts do they want? What styles do they want? And I told you guys with the Brother SC600, don't forget, even though you can embroider on that Brother SC600, you can also sew on that SC600. So don't forget to turn it to sewing mode and figure out how you can actually make the t-shirt, as opposed to what we call making is slapping a design on there, putting some rhinestones on there, putting a patch on there, putting some vinyl on there, putting some, a DTF on there. We call that making. That's not really making. Making is going to the fabric store and buying some shirts and cutting that fabric and sewing it together. Now that is empowering and liberating. I was getting into that like last year or a year before that, a few years ago, like 2 to 3 years ago, I was getting into that, and I'm leaning more so into getting more back into that, because I want to show you guys, and I want to promote and empower you guys to be able to have an idea and to actually physically be able to make the actual t-shirt. There might be a fabric that you like and t-shirts aren't. There might be a pattern that you like and t-shirts aren't available. So let's actually buy the fabric, get a t-shirt that we like. I got some chalk right. Ooh, my chalk. Yep, my chalk's right there. Trace it out. Trace the pattern with the chalk outline. You guys think I'm playing? Hold on. You guys think I'll be BSing. Chalk. What's this chalk do? You lay it on top of something, you do your measurements, and you write on the fabric. This is chalk. It washes off, right? You wash it off. Where you're gonna cut at, and then you get your cutter, right? Your automatic cutter or your scissors. You can do it manually too. Then you get some pins, or I like to use clips. I got a can full of clips in the front, and you clip up, and then you sew it. Sewing is very, very easy. It just takes a little bit of time for you to build up the confidence and understand how to and learn have the muscle memory to sew a straight stitch, and understand how to use your sewing machine to turn it to a zigzag stitch, why you would use a zigzag stitch versus straight stitch, buttonholes, and et cetera, et cetera. But there's so many different things that you could do, man. It's so much. It's so much out here. It's just like overwhelming. But it's not saturated. I don't think it's saturated, despite what everybody might say. But guys, I am going to get out of here. Tailoring shop. Exactly. Baby's Booty. Exactly. Shout out to Baby's Booty, y'all. Go like, comment, subscribe to the Baby's Booty. Bad Brad. I was at a family reunion this past weekend and there were like 50 different t-shirts per day. Exactly. Exactly. I tried Etsy Market, but now I'm gonna try a local Miami Lakes Farmers Market selling embroidery Miami. Exactly. Yeah, local. So the thing is, just keep on going until you find out what works, right? And then when that gets dried up, then you try something different. Just keep on going because it's your job to find the business. All right. So guys, I'm gonna get out of here. And I'll talk to you guys later. Check out Baby's Booty's rhinestone too. She has rhinestones. I got some right over here of her rhinestone packages. But guys, I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this was encouraging or enlightening a little bit to you guys, because that's all I try to do. So yeah, it's not oversaturated. A lot of this stuff is new. Look, they're coming out with new technologies, new embroidery equipment, new DTFs, new DTGs, new. Ricoma just came out with a new DTG. They just came out with a new DTG. You know, all kind of company. Epson just released a new DTG printer. So look, DTG printing, that technology hasn't even been perfected. And DTF printers definitely haven't been perfected. It'll be perfected when they can figure out how to make the ink shake by themselves and how to not have clogs, and you know what I mean? That's when it'll be perfected. But, you know, yeah. So guys, I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you guys later. All right. If you guys have any comments, any questions, then just go ahead and ask them in the comments, and I'll check back at this video after it posts, and I'll review your questions and talk to you guys there, or just catch me on another live. Do live once again sometime. I'll definitely do it. I always say I'm gonna do a live on a specific day, and it doesn't happen. I'm gonna try to just go live more, period, in addition to my regular videos. All right. So I'll talk to you guys later. All right, man. Later. Do you do DTF samples? I think somebody else asked me that. The reason why I don't do DTF samples is because shipping is expensive. Shipping is expensive. And as a small business, I can't afford to spend shipping money a bunch of times to send people samples. So when people do order DTFs from me, I do send small samples with their order, but it's kind of redundant. But you know, I don't know. I don't ship out free DTF samples. No, I don't, unfortunately, because I just can't afford it. I'm a small business. You know, Supercolor gives you small samples, and other big companies give you samples at the trade shows. I can't afford it. I'd be out of business. You know what I mean? So, all right, guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.